Hey, what's up, seekers? Wanugee with GoldenDragonFortunes, your K-Rap psychic.
I'm your K-Rap psychic. Try me twice, you'll like it. My name is Wanugee. OGs call me Wanugee. I'm a wise fortune teller and a really mellow fella. Ask me about your favorite idol. See their future, see what's vital.
And here we are again for another reading. We've done Hirai Momo, and we've done Myoi Mina. And so today we're going to do the third one, the third Japanese member of Twice, and her name is Sana Minatozaki Sana-san. Hey, you know what? I wanted to tell you a little bit interesting information. You know, you probably know this here once. Hey, once, come on in. Welcome, once. Irashai, irashaimase, or what Momo might say in Kyoto band, they might say oideyasu. So oideyasu or irashaimase. So welcome in you once, you Twice lovers. But you know, there's these three Japanese girls. They're all kind of similar. They're all about 5'4". They're all, of course, very beautiful. They're all very talented. You know, but they have their own little different personalities. But you know, they grew up very close to each other. Maybe they didn't know each other when they grew up in Japan, but they grew up in the Kansai area, which is Western Japan. That's where I was born, in that area as well. And they speak a little bit different language. It's called Kansai Ben. There's some variations per city, but they speak a different language than the standard Japanese or the Tokyo Japanese. You know, I think I was watching, maybe they did a V Live somewhere last year or so, where the three of them were together. And you know, if you watch it a little bit in Japanese, they're speaking Kansai Ben. They're saying wakara hen instead of wakaranai or shiranai, like Tokyo people would say. They say wakara hen, I don't know, or I don't understand. Anyway, but the three of them, they live very close together. So Momo is from Kyoto, from Kyoto Nabe, which is a little bit south of Kyoto, and that's only about 20 miles to go to Osaka, where Sana's from. She's from Tennoji, Osaka. Kind of a busy area in the Tennoji ward that has a lot of train stations there. And so she's from there. And then if you go a little more west, about 20 miles on the JR West or Hankyu line, you'll find Mina. She's from Kobe. So Kyoto, Osaka, Kobe, they're all within about 20, 30 miles of each other. And Momo is from the southern part of Kyoto, and Sana's from the little bit south part of Osaka. And then Mina was born in San Antonio, but she's from Kobe. So they're all from Kansai, as it's called, and they all kind of speak a version of Kansai Ben, Osaka Ben, Kyoto Ben, whatever, but similar. Anyway, we're here to do Minatozaki Sana-san. So, you know, they all have the three girls all have different personalities. So Momo is, you know, the oldest by a month or two, about a month. And she has, she's sexy, she's the dancer, she sings too, but she has that kind of, I don't know how to explain it, but she has that certain kind of quality to her that's playful, but kind of in a deep kind of, don't mess with me kind of way, you know? And then Mina, she's very reserved, you know, she had this ballet training, and she's kind of, you know, it's hard to figure out what she's thinking or feeling. She's, you know, holds back a lot. So she's very reserved, obviously very beautiful, and carries herself very well, but she has a different personality. And then Sana is kind of like, she is the bubbly, kind of feminine, cute, you know, she's the queen of ego, you know, shy. So she knows how to work that area and kind of get everybody to like her that way. Even sometimes pull their hair out with her, because you know she kind of has got a good goofy side to her, because she's kind of clumsy. She bumps into things, she falls down, you know, and she doesn't quite get things somehow. I mean, she's a smart girl, but she kind of sometimes plays a little bit dumb, you know. So, but that's just her charm. That's her charm, Sana. So we're gonna do a little quick reading for Sana and see what's going on with her. Maybe the next 6 to 8 months, maybe a year or so. And then we're gonna use my pink tiles, because Sana is definitely pink. You know, she needs the pink tiles because she's definitely maybe the epitome of pink. I mean, she's wearing pink. I think in our last video or two. So you know, she's got that girl charm, and so we got our pink tiles for that. And then we're going to use for her love life. We're going to kind of look at her love life in a different way than we have in a while. We're going to use some tarot cards, my dragon deck tarot cards, to kind of see what's going on with her love life over the next year or so. So anyway, that's what we're going to do. First two tiles are, so these seem to say that there may be some decision or choices coming up here over the next 2 or 3 months that may have some long-term impact. It's going to take some time and effort to realize that, the benefit of that impact, but it seems like something coming up that may be made. I'm not sure if she's going to make it or if something's going to be made for her, but it seems like there's something that's going to have some long-term impact, and a decision or choice has to be made about it. Probably between now and the end of the year, in the next 2 or 3 months. And it's going to take some time and effort to realize this. The jade represents, you know, just a rock in nature, but with perseverance and effort, it can turn into something more valuable and beautiful, like jade jewelry. So that's the metaphor. The other one's the sword. It's about making a decision. If we go out, maybe, you know, to the beginning of the new year, maybe January or so, January, February, March. That's what the next two tiles say. The four of bamboo is called the carp. Now the carp represents deeper thought, kind of contemplative, meditative, deeper thought. So she's going to be doing a little bit of soul searching, maybe in general. And there may be something that has to do with this tile, the Six of Circles, the peach. Now the peach can represent a lot of things, but it symbolizes young female energy. So it can definitely represent her, that she's young and female. And it also represents in that way creativity, femininity and beauty, and a nice aesthetic. So there may be something going on here that she's thinking about or pondering about as far as those factors. I don't know if it's a creative thing that she's doing, or you know, as far as her music, or maybe there's something going on with her beauty and femininity that she's thinking about in some way. I don't know if that has to do with, you know, commercials or endorsements or other things, but it seems like that's going to be emphasized in the new year in some way. She's got to think about it a little more deeper and see how it impacts her. Now, if we go out a little bit farther, this is maybe around April, May, June. It seemed like one of the same tiles come up. The Six of Circles, the peach, represents this femininity and beauty and creativity, and it seemed like it's showing up again, and it seemed like it's going her way because she's going to feel very happy about this. The Heaven tile represents happiness, and so it seems like she's going to be happy about how things developed after she's thought about it quite a bit. And then if we go out a little bit farther, maybe as you go out maybe toward the summer into fall, the next two tiles, and it says it's going to be something new that starts. There's going to be some kind of new enlightenment, new awakening, some new growth and expansion for her. The lotus represents all these things, the five of bamboo, and the seven of bamboo is the turtle. So things are moving in the right path, right direction, and going to kind of move kind of steadily but surely about a year from now. So that's what it says for Sana, just as a general overview. So that's interesting. We'll have to see how that plays out. But now let's look at maybe specifically career and see what's going on with her there. These two tiles says there's going to be something that has to do with travel or location or land and property that may be emphasized here between now and the end of the year or so. And it seems like it's going to be something that makes her feel more comfortable or more relaxed, more harmonious some way. This is the earth tile, represents this kind of land, property, travel thing, or change of location. And then this one is called the lute. So the lute represents creativity and femininity. So maybe they're just talking about going to Japan. I think they're going to be doing some tour in Japan. Maybe some concerts in Japan. So it seems like this is going to be emphasized, the change of location, and then the creativity, and also the comfort, because you know, that's her home country. So maybe that's just reflecting they're going to, I think twice is planning to go to Japan for some concerts in October, late October, November. And it says as you go into the first of the new year, the first 3 months or so, these two tiles show up. And it says that the center shows up, the center tile, the Jong, the Cho, Naka. The center tile shows up and suggests that there's some success, there's some positive things that happen, there's some success, positive things are starting to happen, achievement, So I don't know if that's just the award shows, end of the year, or what have you. But it seems like good things are happening for her, and maybe twice, but her as well. And that there's going to be maybe something maybe around March or so. Maybe there's another comeback, because this is the Three of Circles, Phoenix. And it says that there's a chance to rise again and reinvent things in a new way. So she's feeling that way because of the success that she's had with Twice, or that maybe they're going to be following up with another comeback in the spring. And it says that maybe in the second quarter there's going to be something that has to do with authority. The tiger shows up, the Eight of Circles, and this represents authoritative energy that may have some power to influence her life in some way, in an authoritative way. I don't know if that's JYP or something else, but it seems to say that it's going to kind of help her kind of mature. I mean, it could be an older male, a person. It seems to say that there's going to be some maturity. She's kind of realizing that she's kind of, not just the person she thinks she's been. She's kind of moving forward and changing the way she sees herself and wants to kind of mature more in some way. So maybe that's, I don't know if that's just a different, JYP is kind of taking more of a girl crush approach to Twice. I mean, I think they like to keep that cutesy concept. The concept is the same, but lately they've started to dress them, and maybe some of their dance moves are a little bit more girl crush than just cute teenager. So maybe there's some more of that going on, or maybe it's for her personally that may be going on roughly next summer. And if you go a little farther, it says that's going to lead to 9 months from now. So maybe it's going to be July, August, September, third quarter of next year. A door is opening up. This is the energy house. The door is opening up, and the dragon shows up. And this represents good luck and good fortune. So she's going to have some good luck and good fortune in her career. So this looks pretty good. So now let's talk about Sana's love life. What do you think? So I pulled some cards already, kind of focused on Sana, just like I did with the tiles, and then just kind of pulled some cards. And so let's see what the cards say for Sana. So I'm going to flip them over this way so I don't change the orientation. And so the High Priestess shows up. Now these cards are kind of in reference to you, so if they're upright to you, then that's the right way, and if they're opposite, then they're kind of reversed. So this here is called the High Priestess. So the High Priestess is kind of, maybe that's her, High Priestess, represents kind of an intuitive person, kind of trying to become more spiritually enlightened, using her tools, her intuition, that kind of thing. And that may be an emphasis that she's kind of relying on her intuition and her, gut feelings. And she's kind of an emotional, kind of fun, anyway. And so, she kind of acts a little bit not so smart, but she's very smart, and she trusts herself and her intuitions. Doing something that maybe is trying to get a better sense of herself and trusting herself and her intuitive powers, and to understand a little bit more about herself and what she wants in her love life, in her relationships. And the card that's next to it is reversed, and it's called the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups in this card deck represents a guy, a person, a young man actually, that maybe has some sensitivity to them, has some kind of qualities that are not so hard and rough, but kind of sensitive to them. So it seems to say that maybe there's something going on here that may be developing in the next few months that has to do with a particular person that may have sensitivity to them, a certain quality to them that is not just a macho guy, but a little bit more to them. And that maybe she's kind of relying on her instincts somehow about how that might develop. So that's interesting. Who could that be? You onces? Any suggestions? You might look down, make some suggestions. I mean, Sana's been paired with everybody because she's popular, and so all you shippers out there, I'm sure you have your own ship. Maybe you can make some comments about who you want to see Sana ship with. And then you go out a little bit farther. Probably this is around January, February, March. The Ten of Coins comes up. represents, a 10 of coins usually represents kind of more of a monetary investment, you know, financial kind of card. But I think in this case, what it's referring to in her love life is that maybe she's trying to decide some type of investment in her time or effort or resources or attention, maybe to somebody. And usually when this card comes up, it may be a kind of a mutual investment. Like maybe there's something that she's willing to make an investment in, emotionally, not just, you know, obviously money. And also there may be, you know, there may be an aspect to that. The monetary function is that, you know, I don't think she wants to be with somebody that's not successful, because she's pretty successful. So, you know, maybe there's that kind of thing about, you know, trying to find an equal as far as level of success, and somebody that she can maybe kind of get involved with. On the other side is this card here, and this is called the Seven of Cups. So the Seven of Cups seems to say that, you know, maybe in springtime she's a little bit confused. There's some disappointment or some confusion. Things aren't quite working out maybe as she had thought or expected or wanted. This kind of emotional investment. And so it seems to be a little bit confusing to her. She's a little bit confused about where things are and how she feels, perhaps, and maybe what's going on. So if we go out a little bit farther, and this is probably getting into, you know, second quarter of next year, April, May, June. Let's see what the cards are. And this one on the right was reversed, but it's called the Eight of Coins. And the Eight of Coins represents in this deck. The Eight of Coins represents in this deck kind of like craftsperson, you know, the ability to create and shape something in some way. So maybe there's maybe she's kind of trying to figure out a way to kind of craft the thing that she wants and maybe move forward, or maybe she's interested in somebody or wanting that other person to kind of show some craftsmanship and show some capabilities that she can recognize, and she can you know, feel like she's getting some kind of signal or some type of reassurance, or yeah, getting a sense of that there's a mutual thing going on there through this person's craftsmanship in some way. And on the other side is the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups. Now the Ten of Cups represents passion and commitment and emotions. So it represents emotional commitments, and the passion about that. So it seems to say that about the second quarter of next year, maybe April, May, June, the summertime, beginning late spring, early summer, that there may be this feeling. She's having some feeling of commitment, or looking for that commitment, emotional commitment, and maybe she's kind of crafting a way to do that, or to help her kind of find a way to do that without getting hurt. And hoping that maybe there's going to be something coming up with another person as well. So she's kind of bought in, you know, emotionally. She's kind of wants to move forward. It seems to say, and she's just trying to find a way to make it work. And so then we go out to the last two cards here, and this one here is the Temperance card, and Temperance represents. In this case, it was reversed, and so it represents that she's kind of stuck in the past. She's kind of, in some way, not able to move forward, and she feels like she's kind of blocked, and she has to do a lot of thinking about how to sort all that out. So she seems a little bit stuck in the past, even, or maybe with the idea that something's happening that can't quite happen, and she's kind of can't get over that hump. She's stuck with it. So it seems like it's a bit of a disappointment as well, because it's reversed. And on the other side is the Hermit. And the Hermit, this is a major arcana card. The Hermit in this case, you know, in this question represents withdrawal, reconsideration. So it seems like she's kind of disappointed, she's kind of stuck, and so maybe she's pulling back. Maybe it wasn't working the way she thought. Maybe it wasn't how she envisioned things. And so it seems like she may be pulling back. Maybe because of maybe her professional commitments. It seems like emotionally she's kind of pulling back. So there's something here that seems to suggest that she has some interest and it kind of develops, and the person's has a certain quality to them that she likes about them, but she can't quite make it happen the way she wants, and she gets disappointed, and perhaps she needs to pull back a little bit. So that's what the cards seem to say. So you once maybe you can kind of speculate, down below who that might be or how that might play out. But that's what the cards say. And in the meantime, that's about it for Sana. We love Sana. She's got that egg yolk working well. She's a lot of fun. It turns out she's a Capricorn, just like me. She's born a few days before me, so I don't know about these Capricorns. There's Sana, she's the December 29th, and then there's V, he's December 30th, and then there's Jisoo, she's January 3rd, and I'm January 3rd. So I don't know if we're 4D or we're just kind of goofy, or I don't know what it is. Because normally Capricorns are pretty steady, pragmatic, kind of boring. But I guess there's a cluster of people that are not that at all. So anyway, interesting. So if you want to like and subscribe, please do. And we appreciate it. And make some comments down below about this video or about the other twice videos or all our videos. Or make some suggestions about who you want to see next in your video or your idols. And then we'll try to get to them as soon as we can. And K-pop fans, and thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Until next time, I'd like to say, Kono inorimasu. Wishing all good fortunes.
Hey, what's up, seekers? Looking in the future, peekers. You K-pop breakers coming round and see us every weekers. Yo, diehard K-pop fans, I want to know your stance. Just let us know your bias, then go ahead, try us.